is XDesign. We often use XDesign in our robotics team to create parts that we can 3D print for our robot, such as bushings, spacers, gears, and many other stuff like that. So, in XDesign, you always start a model by using a sketch. To start a sketch, you can select a plane and click the sketch button. Now, in a sketch, to start, I'm going to model a table and a cup. To start, we'll use a corner rectangle, start it in the origin, and we'll make it 5 inches by 5 inches. Then, we can come over here, make another rectangle that's also 5 inches by 5 inches, and then use the dimension tool to space them apart at the right distance, which will say 20 inches. Now here, instead of making 2 more squares, we can make a line right here. Doesn't matter what length it is. Turn it into a construction line so it doesn't interfere with the other shapes. And then use the dimension tool to space it 10 inches away from the squares. Now we can use the mirror tool, select these 2 entities, and it will mirror them to the other side, so that way we don't have to make them ourselves. Now we can come down here to the Features tab, click the Extrude button, and it will extrude these shapes. It shows us what it will look like first, and this is too small, so right here we can adjust the distance it will extrude, and we'll say 30 inches. Now, it looks about right, so we'll click the OK button, and they are now extruded. Now, we can select one of these, come on here, and make a new corner rectangle, make it 30 inches by 30 inches, and extrude that by 5 inches to finish the table. Now, we'll make the cup in a different part assembly. Now, in this new part, we can go to Sketch, select the YZ plane instead of the XY plane, and we'll create a corner rectangle at the origin that is 0.5 inches by 2 inches. Now, we can create another rectangle here that's 5 inches by 0.5. Now, to make this a complete shape, we can come down to the corner, use the trim button, and trim that so this is all one complete L shape. Then, we can come to Features, and instead of clicking Extrude, we can click Revolve, and it'll take this L shape, revolve it around this axis into a circular shape. Now, the cup is almost complete. But to make it a little more polished, we can use the fillet, make it 0.5 inch radius, and apply it to right here to make it rounded at the bottom. And now we finish the cup, and we can put it into an assembly with the cup in the table. Now, in this assembly, instead of going straight to Sketch and modeling a new part, we can come to the Assembly tab and insert the components. So first we're going to insert the table, and right now it's not in a spot we really want, so we can come over here, unanchor it. We can use the Mate tool to have it always, these 2 planes always aligned at the same Z level, and then apply. Now we can drag the table over into the middle. Now we can come back down to the insert and add the cup to the assembly. Now the cup is down here, and if we want to get it up onto the table, we can use the Mate tool again, click the top plane of the table, and click the bottom of the cup. Now we can make them coincident, and it'll move the cup up top. Now we have a table with a cup on it. We often use XDesign on the team for making 3D parts that we can 3D print to put on the robot to help it do different things. But on my own, I often use XDesign to create parts that I can 3D print as stuff to just like play around with, like fidget toys, or I might just use it to create random parts for practice. Practicing XDesign is often helpful because there are so many different tools that you can use, and it can be sometimes troubling to know them all. XDesign does take a while to get used to, but once you know how everything works and are able to do it quickly, it's really fun to use. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you now know more about XDesign.